What I like the most about Lorenzo is that it's in the open water. You gotta love a storm. That's no threat to land. Now, as we take a look at the overall steering pattern, though, Lorenzo might be one to watch just because we're going to see an interesting dance across the Atlantic, not interacting with any other weather system, but a very interesting steering flow. Let's take a look at our conditions. This is barely a tropical storm in terms of the wind speeds, 40 miles per hour. That dry air and, more importantly, the wind shear is really, really hacking at the structure of this storm. So the center is located pretty far away from where all the active weather is, the showers, the thunderstorms, and that displacement as it continues will continue to weaken the storm. So, I mean, yesterday we had winds at 60 miles per hour. Now we're down to 40 this morning. So that wind shear really does hack at the structure of this. But here's a look at the overall spin. Again, we track it. It moves around this ridge of high pressure, almost like a little bit of a carousel.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a loop-de-loop. You can see it better using this graphic, the tropical threat. But a very interesting form because of that ridge of high pressure kind of being the main steering. Lorenzo moving around it.
Pulls, like you grab your hand and you take them around.
Well, and a lot of it is because Lorenzo is so weak.
Yeah, very weak.
It's not going to be able to hold its own, so it has to kind of hop on that carousel around that ridge of high pressure.
Look to the south there.
Yeah,
another way we watch off the coast.
Interesting.
Because this area tends to cool down a little this time of year, the MDR.
Yeah, we still have the MDR, if you're not familiar, goes from the coast of Africa to the Caribbean islands. There we go, the MDR. To your point, Craig, we usually cool our heels. It's interesting because it's such a low potential being hinted at by computer models, and then they pick it up when it gets into a zone that you would expect.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, this is pretty far out. We're talking about middle part of next week, but the computer models are hinting that we might not be done just yet, that the Caribbean could be our birth zone for a late season storm.
Still plenty of time.
And almost every computer model here represented between GFS, Euro, the AI models, they pump out some sort of low pressure system. We'll see. Something to watch. Big concern here, though, is that the dinner table is set, so to speak. So the heat is there. And if we have a storm get in, it will be able to capitalize on